Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome. I am so glad that you guys are here. Welcome to Aligned Soul. And today we're going to be doing your water sign December predictions. So we are going to be looking at Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And we're going to be looking at anything and everything that is coming up for you for the month of December in 2021. Any channel messages that may come through. We're going to be looking at both the Oracle cards and the Tarot cards. And stay tuned until the end because I will be pulling some extra cards for you guys for abundance. Here we're going to be taking a look at both your love life and your career and anything and everything that is sort of trying to come through. So without further ado, why don't we just dive right in? And also, if you are brand new here, well, first of all, thank you so much for coming by. I'm so glad that you are here. Consider subscribing if you have not yet already. We chat at least 2 to 3 times a week on this channel, and we talk about anything and everything spiritual practices. We dive right into the tarot in specific signs, as well as some general oracle readings on a weekly basis. We also kind of look at law of attraction and spiritual practices. So if that's your jam, you would probably really enjoy it. Okay, why don't we get started with Cancer? You are up first. Oh, and of course, timestamp is going to be in the description. So check that out. Here we go. Cancer, you are up first. And here is a close-up of your crystal. This is a beautiful opalite. And let's see what is coming up for you for December. What do you need to know? Solitude. It's almost like you're needing to really recharge your batteries. Like part of you guys really want to maybe get away, or thinking about a getaway, or you're thinking about just kind of being away. It's almost like you're looking at your own little, being on your own little island, sort of say, where you're not around people, you're not really looking to connect, you're not really looking to, like, I don't know, I feel like some of you really don't recharge when you're around people. I think that some of you guys actually recharge when you're in solitude, when you're in the quiet, in creating that inner peace, that inner quiet, in order for you to kind of recharge your batteries and kind of make the plans for the new year and really reevaluate what was working and what was not working, you know? Ancestors, family, survival, depth, worships. I feel like this is, perhaps you need the solitude away from the family. I feel like this is something where you really, perhaps some of you guys are looking into your lineage, or you're really questioning sort of what, like, where are you coming from, kind of looking into all of that, right? But I don't know, like, I don't see you wanting to, like, I don't see this desire that you really want to be around people right now. I very much feel like this is sort of that journey that you're kind of taking on your own, and you sort of want to have your own opinions, and you kind of want to do it like your own way. It's almost like you're rewriting past life karma. You're rewriting in what direction you're going to be taking your bloodline, you know? But I also think that you're going to be looking back. Some of you are going to be looking back on what was working and what was not working for this past year. And I think that it's going to be through this reflection that you're going to see, like, in what ways are you kind of tripping yourself up? Where are you tripping up? Very much seeing the truth, very much seeing that you're trying to kind of find this balance. Like, it's almost like you want to kind of bring, it's almost like you want to bring justice to the things that, like, something happened that you don't agree with the family. We don't know what happened, but there's something that you want to kind of rewrite. Some of you guys are very much going to be focusing on, I think that you're doing a lot more inner work, and I think that you're kind of wanting to, like, make past life things right. you know, I'm very much getting that you want to make it right, because there were things that were done perhaps in your family or through your culture or through your bloodline that, as you're doing more research or you've already done research where you just don't agree with, like it's not jiving with you, and that's the part that you really want to kind of rewrite. And then we have the super moon. Like, you're being drawn into something, but I think that you definitely have the deep connection into, like, something is pulling you into going within and into doing this work, and finding more out about where you're from. Where did all of this come from? Like, I see that you're kind of seeking, like very much like all of that seeking, but you're also being pulled in a totally different direction. And I think that the reason why you kind of need that distance from away from people, I think it has more to do with the fact that you are being pulled in a different direction that is fundamentally different than where you're from. This could also be, though, yeah, no, I'm definitely getting here that this is all about your lineage. Like, you're kind of wanting to, like, really rewrite what was done wrong in the past. You want to make it right. You want to make it right for the next generation. Let's see what the tarot has to say for us, Cancers. So we have the Nine of Voices, we have Five of Emotions, we have the Death card, and we have the Two of Voices. And hopefully you guys can see, and we don't have to adjust lighting. Lots of stars, like lots of emotions, lots of, you know, like perhaps you're going to be working really, and maybe this will actually get going with the eclipse. I think it has something to do with the eclipse, something that's gonna get it triggered. I also see that you're connecting, you're melting. Yeah, definitely, like you're through the work that you guys are doing. So this is more on the spirit. This is more based on your spiritual path. So this doesn't have. It affects your relationships in a sense that. Like, obviously it's going to affect all areas of life, but really I see that through this inner work that you guys are doing, through the spiritual path that you're on, I see that you're sort of melting those ice, like melting the ice, but melting the ice within your heart, you know, like it's like you're breaking down those walls of, like, these ice walls that you built around yourself that kind of kept you protected. It kept you protected from something. And I also think that you kind of want different, like you're getting the downloads that you want different. You're being drawn, you're being pulled into this. And I don't even think that some of you guys really understand into where that is really, or what that is, or why you're being pulled there in the first place. You just know that you want to make things right. And then through this, like if you're going into that solitude, into going within, like really seeking the answers from yourself versus from the outside world, I think that you're also going through this metamorphosis, this transformation of some kind where you're literally changing from the inside out. And I think that, you know, it's, I mean, at the end of the year is the best time really to kind of go through this transformation, really look back and reflect back on how it was versus how you want to kind of move forward and really make plans accordingly. I definitely think that there's, it's like you're trying to kind of justify things, like definitely getting that you're trying to kind of justify it and really logic your way out. I'm getting that, just leave the logic behind right now. Right now, this is not about logic. This is absolutely about using your intuition, really listening to that inner niggle, that inner inkling that is really telling you to lean and move forward and go within and follow that intuition that is really asking you, like, if you're being pulled in this direction, there's a reason for it, right? But I also think that this will also affect the way that you really relate to your work. I think that this will also affect the way that you relate to your family. the way that some of you guys are going to be relating to your immediate family and your extended family, for sure. I also think that allow, basically your spirit is just saying to just create space for the transformation, create space for it. Find your truth, find your own truth. You need to kind of look within in order for you to find your own truth, whatever that is, wherever that's really taking you, right? Because ultimately the only way that you can really find it out is if you go within, whether that's really literally physically getting away from everybody else for a little bit, or you're doing a lot more inner work where you're doing a lot more meditation, you're doing a lot more mindfulness practices, you're doing a lot like different types of meditations where you're going through different experiences where you're getting insights. Definitely it's very much a lot of mental work. I wonder what kind of crystals will help you here, but basically the big thing is just find your own truth. That's ultimately what I'm getting is allow this niggle to come through, but find your own truth, because ultimately that's all that matters. In order for you to be in alignment with your higher self, you need to kind of find whatever that is for you. And I know this is vague, but really this in itself is the truth. That's sort of what's going to get you through this next month, is when if you are wanting to really rewrite your own bloodline, then you're going to be doing a lot more inner work, a lot more trauma work, a lot more healing. Like I'm seeing that there's a lot more healing that is really needing to take place. And I think that that's sort of where that inner work is taking you right now, and I think that you're being pulled into this because like you're being really asked to go and heal the things that have been done wrong, whether it's to you or within your lineage. And that's so important, just going forward. So this is all I have for you, Cancer, for the month of December. I hope that this has resonated. Stay tuned until the end so I can pull a couple of extra cards for you guys as a collective that I think that will be helpful for the month of December. On to Scorpio. Hello Scorpios, how are you? Welcome to your reading. Here is your crystal, a beautiful citrine piece. Hopefully it will bring a smile to your face. Let's see what's coming up for you for the month of December. We have opportunity. Where does the opportunity lie? Where are we setting our intentions in the darkness of it all? What kind of opportunity? I think it's going to be a fun one. I do think that, some of you guys are definitely going to be leaning more towards things that actually light you up rather than things that are just, just another project and another project for the sake of doing things. I think that you guys are kind of moving away from that a little bit. I think that you've had enough of that personally. I also think that it's like you're asked to see things through a new perspective, right? What is that new perspective? Ancient amulets, fortune, protection, skills, possessions. Yeah, I feel like that's exactly it. Like these go hand in hand, actually. It's a form of abundance. Like you're tapping into, it's like you're really ending the year in a prosperous way. You're really energetically starting to really tap into your own abundance. You're starting to define your own abundance, and whatever that means for you. What does it mean to be abundant? In what area of your life are you being prosperous? What does prosperity really mean? And I think it's because you're energetically starting to match that, but then also you're really pulling that in. So that's what this is about, where you're sort of remembering essentially how powerful you are. You're remembering how much magic your own energy kind of holds. Yeah, very much about, it's like your first chakra. It's gonna be about money. It's gonna be about your protection. You're building the base foundation, and your base foundation. And I think that you're getting an opportunity to kind of push that to the next level, which is great. I think Scorpios, you guys are definitely aligning yourself in a way where you're not only ending the year strong, but you're really creating a really solid foundation for going into the new year. I think that whatever you built so far in your careers, whatever relationships you have harvested, it's really paying off. Like I see that it's like you're in that perfect position for you to move. You're in that perfect position to move into that next level, into that next phase of your journey, right? Yeah, very much being out, being seen. I'm tapping into the masculine energy, tapping into, being heard, being seen. A lot of networking. I'm seeing like a lot of just really being out there, and not so much. This is all about going to be your will and your actions and the things that you're physically, that you can physically get out into the world. This is very much about your career. Absolutely. I think that, but I mean, I also think that this is also going to be really highly affecting how you show up in relationships. For some of you, you will definitely feel like this is not the time to retrieve. This is not the time to go within. This is not going to be the time for you guys. You're going to be doing a lot of networking. You're going to be around a lot of people, which I mean, during the holiday season, that's absolutely normal. But it's all kind of working out in your favor, right? Like it's all kind of working out. And maybe, I mean, this could easily be that, like you have get-togethers with the family, and then you're being presented an opportunity. So it's kind of coming up in a casual conversation, right? But then it's literally like leading you down the path where you can kind of see like what is that next step. It's allowing you to like, like when you're creating, when you're putting together the mosaic pieces, they all kind of click into each other. Let's see what the tarot has to say. So we have 7 of emotions, we have 4 materials, we have Page of Emotions, and we have 8 of inspiration. So let's see. So it's like you have all of these different choices, and I think that you're trying to okay. I think that you're trying to kind of choose. You're kind of contemplating, right? Like you're contemplating, should I go this way? Should I go that way? I see you guys just very much just running these different scenarios in your head, because you want to create the momentum, but it's like, okay, emotion, which one feels more aligned, right? Which one feels more like, oof, it's like a hell yes, right? And then in the meanwhile, like you're also trying to be conservative and preserve and not go crazy, with finances, not go crazy into like the new projects, not go crazy with, how much you're investing energetically or physically or financially. How much are you investing yourself into all of these new opportunities? How aligned does that feel, right? So you have all the feels, but then you're sort of seeing not only the pocket of opportunity, but then you're like, okay, how can I kind of move through this, right? How can I move through and pick up the momentum? I think that once you kind of, it all kind of leads you back to this. It all kind of leads you back to like build on something that you've already created. Build on the relationships that are already there. Build on the people that are around you. Build on the foundation that you have created if you're running a business. Build on all of those things that are already in existence, because that gives you a firm, solid ground to stand on, right? And then get out there and promote it, if it's your business. Get out there and really be seen and heard if it's your relationship, right? No matter what, I mean, momentum is behind you. Like when you decide, when that decision is made, when you're tapped in, it will go. It will absolutely go. But I think that you need to kind of find that door that kind of opens you up, and it always goes through the heart, you know? It always has to be through the thing. Like the only way through really is through the heart. Like emotionally, you need to kind of come back to what lights you up, what, like, emotionally, like if you keep like looking, what is my guiding light, it's always going to be through the heart, you know? And yes, I know you're trying to kind of preserve and be conservative, but I think that once you make your choice, just know that it absolutely has the ability to be confident. Be confident in the choices. Be confident in the options. Like all of the options, they each have something to show you. They each have something to teach you. Just because all of them are presented to you does not mean that all of them are ideal for you, but they're all leading you down a certain path where you're going to learn something. And again, follow joy, follow your bliss. And I mean literally, follow your bliss as the opportunities come up. Like the best way for you to really figure out which one, because I'm keep hearing you kind of ask yourself, okay, well, that's great that I have all of these different opportunities kind of come up. How do I know which one? Well, you know which one based on which one lights you up. Follow this. That's all I have for you guys. I hope that this has resonated. This was an interesting one. Stay tuned until the end so I can pull a couple of maybe some healing crystal cards. I wanted to pull a couple of different cards for you guys so that you can use that as guidance for the month of December. I cannot wait to see how this works out. So let's go on to Pisces. Hello, Pisces. How are you? Here is your crystal. We have your clear quartz. And what is happening for you? What is happening for you for the month of December? What do you need to know? Let's go. Oh, I like that. We have abundance. So we have abundance. Color and beauty all around you, you know? Whether you recognize it as such is secondary. But I mean, you're reminded that you're the light, which I think that you guys know. I mean, I know you intuitively know this because I know you guys are highly intuitive. So this is nothing new. But I also think that sometimes you need to be reminded of just how abundant you are, you know? How many different blessings are around you. And if you don't know, time to create some practices around that. We have the salamander. Creative work, infinite wisdom. And I mean, you are the ultimate when it comes to, like, you guys are so smart. And you know that the abundance comes through your creativity. You guys are highly creative. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. What is new is how you sometimes forget, but more importantly, how you kind of get that out into the world. Are you getting it out into the world, or are you hiding? Are you too busy swimming? Positive movement forward. Yeah, I think that you're sort of, you have, like, I think that for this month, definitely, you are going to be presented with this concept of sailing off into the sunset, into moving towards creative endeavors, moving towards things that actually light you up, things that make you actually happy, that allow you the abundance that you actually need in order for you to serve at the highest level, for you to feel the most aligned, right? Again, abundance. We have Hunter Moon, abundance, abundance, abundance. You have so many different forms of abundance, but I think that this level of abundance is sort of like your reminder, right? This is sort of your reminder that through your creative work, you're going to be abundantly provided for. But you need to create some momentum to move forward. You're also surrounded by such beauty, right? And you're surrounded by beauty here too, but this is more an existing, and this is through moving forward, it's going to just amplify. That's how I feel. I feel like you guys are going to be fully compensated, fully abundantly provided for, if you're not already. But you need to really channel most of your stuff through your creative work, through your wisdom, through sharing that wisdom. I think that what it comes down to is you guys are reminded that you need to share what you know and how you do the things that you do in order for you to be abundantly provided for. I mean, it's literally is that simple. When we're looking at like what is coming up for you, you're abundantly provided for within your relationships because you show up fully. And you're abundantly provided for within your business endeavors, whether it's within your career or within building relationships through your career or through your work, you know, or through your occupation or through the way that you contribute into the world, whatever that means for you. It's like people are always, and the energies are always so drawn to you, you know, because your energy is magnetic. If you choose it to be, right? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. Okay, so we have the Emperor, the Moon, the Lovers, and the Page of Voices. Lots of like big events and major arcana happening here for you for the month of December. So let's unpack. I think that all of this is going to be through your intuition, through listening to your intuition of how you show up into the world and how you serve in the world and how it's about you and not so much about attaching to everybody else, but it's literally through your own wisdom, through your own channels, right? When you're sort of pouring all of this back into you, you know, the magic is ultimately within you. In case you didn't know, in case this is news for you, I'm happy to share that all of this needs to kind of come back to you. But this is also being seen, being out there, you know, really being out in the world. And it's almost like you need to kind of bring both aspects of yourself into balance. Like I'm feeling like this is all about bringing it into not only really getting out there like really strong masculine energy, but you also need to come back into your intuition and really listen to your intuition, because generally that doesn't really steer you wrong, right? But then in order for you to kind of move towards the sunset, move towards the things that you really love, it has to start from the things that you love, that bring you joy, that really allow you to grow and rise. I think that when you find something that you truly love, that makes you really happy, that lights you up, like intuitively you know that it's actually in alignment for you, then it creates this positive momentum and you're being like abundantly provided for when you do that. But then the other part of it is that you kind of need to stop letting all of these great ideas live in your head. You need to kind of get out there. You need to get out of your head and into action, because if you never do, then none of this can really manifest. None of it can manifest the way that you want it to. All of this that I told you, it sort of lives in your head right now. I think when it comes down to it is you need to start listening to your intuition, especially when it's kind of nudging you to get back into your creative work, into sharing your creativity with others, because for one, you have plenty to share, and for another, you're going to be well provided for when you do. This is all I have for you, Pisces, for the month of December. I hope that this has resonated. Stay tuned until the very end, and I can pull a couple of cards for the collective that I think that's going to be really good guidance. So, okay, my beautiful water signs, let's see. Okay, water signs, we have made it to the end. Let's see. What can I tell you for the collective for the month of December? What guidance do you have for the collective, please? Here's what I got, you guys. We have the sisterhood of the rose, which is all about connect back to the things that really light you up, that allow you to learn, to expand, to grow as a person. Because that's where you will find your next nudge, your next whatever you're seeking, right? But it's going to be through these signs, and especially when you're getting these emotional hits, that will be your sign. And also keep in mind, you guys, that everything that you see, everything that you're experiencing, even this reading, is just a reflection of what's happening inside of you. So just be very careful of not only how you think and what energy you're tapping into, because that will be your guide ultimately. If you're feeling lit up and really vibrant and full of love, then that's what's going to be reflected back to you. So gratitude always. This is all I have for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, you already know what to do. You can give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not yet already. And in the meanwhile, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next one. Bye.